Hi, church. This afternoon, in a brief statement, President Trump called for the immediate opening of all houses of worship. As he stated, places of worship hold us together and they keep our communities united. And we're all in deep need of prayer. However, the message is a bit muddled. While the president said we should open right now, he also said faith leaders should take the lead in protecting our people because we love our people and because we want to keep them safe. These last few months have been incredibly trying for all of us. Many of you have had to make significant changes to the way that you go about life. Some of you have lost jobs. Some of you have grieved the death of a loved one with more than all of the grace we could possibly expect from you. I know you long to be seated with one another in worship. I long to join you, to shake your hand, to hug you, to break bread with you, to share the table, or even a cup of coffee. Since March, I, along with those in church leadership, have been hard at work to transition as much as we possibly can from in-person gatherings to an online space. We've been able to consistently improve our online worship experience week after week. We've made sure to prioritize those and include those who have not been able to access the internet with a call-in number so that they too can participate in that same worship service. We have been able to add a fellowship time after worship for those who'd like to connect with one another that's inclusive of those on the phone. We've encouraged one another in prayer over the phone, through our Prayers of the People Facebook group, in evening YouTube videos, and in Sunday morning worship. We have made special Easter celebrations for our children. We've connected our youth together over Zoom. We've ensured that we're still teaching the Word throughout the week. We have organized volunteers to check in on our members with a phone call and to feed our neighbors through Food for You. We've collaborated with other churches in worship and in planning. We've tried to resource leaders within our congregation as they do ministry. In other words, we have been the church. We have not stopped being the church. We have been constantly in prayer. We have been worshiping. We have not stopped, and we will not stop. We have a plan for what it looks like to get back together. I sent that to you last week or earlier this week, included with a letter from me. That plan is still valid. The on-the-ground reality of this illness has not changed today. When we do get to the point of having in-person worship, I want you to know it's going to be a slow start in order to get us there safely. It won't look like what we had back in February. We will need to make adjustments to how we do things, but because we do those because we love one another and we want to try to keep each other safe. This is why online worship and worship over the phone are so important. It's important that we become familiar with it. It's here to stay, not as our only form of worship, but as a key worship service among others that we have to offer. For now, that is our expression of worship at Redford Aldersgate. Our priority right now is ensuring that whatever worship we have is as meaningful, spirit-led, and with as powerful a witness as possible. If we don't do right in our process to open up, if people get sick or someone dies from COVID-19 because we didn't take the proper care in this course of work of opening back up together, we will have done damage to the church's witness around the world. When we make the decision to begin to open up, to get back together, we'll do so based on the wisdom of health experts and information for our local area. We will not politicize this effort, but we'll do everything in our power to ensure that we are worshiping in spirit and in truth. We will not be worshiping together in person this Sunday. Nor do we currently have a date set for when in-person worship will begin again. There is a lot to prepare for, before we get to the point of being able to do in-person worship safely and effectively. I'm reminded of the wisdom in the words of the Apostle Paul to the churches in Corinth. Paul said, everything is permitted, but everything isn't beneficial. Everything is permitted, but everything doesn't build others up. No one should look out for their own advantage, but they should look out for each other. The best way we can look out for each other right now is to continue to be the church right where we are, and moving judiciously, critically, and with discernment toward in-person worship, but we aren't there yet. If you need to talk through this, please call me or email me directly. I've heard from many of those in our congregation already, and I know that this is difficult. We are called to a difficult season, but we are still and will always be the church. Thank you. May God's peace be with you, and may the love of Jesus Christ surround you.